confidence. I never rap for your compliments. I wrote this one for the indie grind. If you ain't signed on the dotted line, can't buy my soul with no dollar signs. The industry.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here between the New York Jets and the London Black Knights. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. They're going to bury him in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Second and 11. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11. Back to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A third down conversion with a strong gain of 14.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 12 more yards there and another first down. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the second and the third levels. You know, get to the linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Second and 14.
19 tight, 19 tight.
Here comes the blitz as they look to throw. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. Ahmad Gardner finishing off the corner blitz. Well, these sacks are really piling up. Last week, it was a half-dozen sacks. And here's one on the opening drive.
And it has the potential to be what we call a gap, a game-altering play. Because, let's face it, you just mentioned 6 sacks last week. Now, if you're an offense and you saw that on tape, you got to think to yourself, maybe I bring people in, keep them in, and try and protect my quarterback. It didn't work on that play.
And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Now Hall to start the drive. And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. All again on 2nd down. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
That was a particularly nice play because not only was it his job to force the play inside, he was actually able to fold inside himself and make the tackle ultimately. Very nicely done.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Hall again. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw.
This pass out wide to Hall.
And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. No score after 1 on EA Sports. The Jets with the football here to start the 2nd quarter as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down.
The slot man in motion right.
They'll run with Hall.
He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line.
They'll go for it. It's Hall.
And he will have the 1st down, but he winds up taking a pretty good shot that time. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that, but by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down.
So this drive going to continue following the conversion on 4th. Here's 1st and 10. They'll give to Hall.
And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 28-yard line.
Now back to throw.
Open man is Denzel Mims. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown.
Breece Hall with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jets post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter.
And he clanks it off the right upright, and it's no good. The Jets kick team out now to boot this one away.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line.
And he's going to be out of bounds on the return. Not a great return. They'll start back around the 17.
They're on 17-yard line.
Here we go.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Now left side on the scoop, and it's a fumble, and it's scooped up by the Jets. And he'll bring it back to the 9-yard line. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football. And they still find ways to knock it free.
And he's going to battle his way down right around the 2-yard line. 43 yards on the ground for him so far.
That's good hard running right there on 1st and goal. That gets him down to the 2 and puts a lot more pressure on that defense.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Ball again. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Breece Hall with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Jets are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
The kick is good.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead now stands at 13.
Black Knights, nothing.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
They're on 17-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. Trying to lay one up deep. He's got a man, complete. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. Quite a show of arm strength right there. That was in the air for a long time, and it was on target, too.
And to be honest, this first half hasn't been anything they'd be really proud about. So they needed something like this to change their fortunes. Now they need to make sure they finish this one off, not just with points, but with a touchdown.
And that ball traveling 68 yards in the air, according to Next Gen Stats. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now a toss here, short side. And a short gain here, down to the 22. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. On play action, they'll throw. That is caught. It's Williams. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
And he will take this one in for a touchdown. A great effort there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Black Knights have cut it back within a score. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And it's now 13-7. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. And we'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simply, if you can get out of bounds after making a play downfield, terrific. If you can't, everyone hustle to the line of scrimmage, either run another play or clock it and start over again.
And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. They'll drop to throw. They'll set up the screen for Hall. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. He gets 7 out of it, and he also gets a first.
First down, Jets.
He'll look to throw. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Under pressure, they got him again. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. And he'll get across the 20, but only to about the 22-yard line. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. On is the punter man as he boots this one away. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Jets on top. As it's time now to send you back stateside to Orlando, Florida, and check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. As they say here in London, all to play for as we are back underway in the second half. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation and pick up those pass rushers because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Handoff, running left, here's Hall. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Hall again on second down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The run hasn't worked the last couple of plays. Now it's 3rd and 14. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Got a man. It's Mims. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call. Give to Hall running right. He's able to work free for about 6 down to the 18.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there. It keeps them advancing the ball.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Hall again on second down. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 66 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. They're going to look to throw. He dumps this one off here to Hall. Touchdown, Jets. Breece Hall, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Jets take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. They're going to try and run. And he is into the end zone again as he scores both the touchdown and the two-point conversion to extend this lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
On second down, they'll run it here. And he can muster only a couple here to the 24.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Forcing incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Got a man, it's Waddle, complete. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's got a man, it's his fullback. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it'll be second down.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up second and 4. At the 42-yard line.
They'll look to throw. He sets to fire deep. He's got a man, complete. Touchdown! Jalen Waddle, 58 yards. And the Black Knights have got it back to within a score. Sanders on for the extra point. It's up and good. This becomes a 21-14 ball game now. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, but he opted for the touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And their lead cut in half by that touchdown a moment ago. They are up 7 as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
He exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball, and that one was picked off.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that's going to bring up second down.
7-yard pickup brings up second and 3.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And he will find his man on the outside.
That's good.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play, so we will switch it. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball.
He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack.
John Franklin Myers, the one in there to drop him.
And we all know how talented this guy is, who's calling the signals for him. But even the best in the game, they can struggle against a good, cohesive zone coverage. Can't find a gap in the secondary quick enough, and he ends up taking a sack.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
I think we were both wondering if we were going to see them try and push it deep downfield, facing a one-possession deficit late, and they certainly didn't disappoint. They gave it an effort.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over.
Intended for Jalen Waddle. Incomplete. It's a turnover on downs.
Out of the gun, they run it with Hall.
Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw here. Incomplete.
Partner, for once in my life, I'll be succinct. In a one-possession game, every single stop like that could be a difference maker.
The Jets on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 10. He'll drop to throw. And this is caught. He hits more.
He's going to have the 1st down and then some.
And all the way in. Touchdown, New York.
Elijah Moore.
41 yards.
And the Jets are looking to run it to 5-1 on the season as they add to their 4th quarter lead.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now up to 14.
Black Knights, 14.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
1st down and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
Well, Charles, you remember their last drive. They went for it on 4th down, didn't get it, but you understand why they did in this close game late. Now, though, the road back is even tougher.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And it was fair to look back and say the 4th down was the moment where this one was decided. But as you mentioned, understandable about why they went for it. But, hey, a lot of credit to the guys on the defensive side of the ball. They knew they'd have to defend in that situation, and they got it done.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. He'll get it once more into the hands of Hill. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up
2nd and 1.
At the 44-yard line.
He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting. But I am excited about this, and I know you are too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
We'll see a return here from the end zone.
Now a hit and a loose football. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
So a turnover there on the kickoff. You don't look now, but that just made things a little more interesting.
Very interesting, because when you're trailing in a game, These are mistakes that you pray for. You just went down and scored. Now you get the football right back with another great opportunity.
And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
Here's a 2nd and 7.
18-yard line.
That's going to be caught by Waddle. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. He's got another first down, and he's also just a few yards short of 200 for the ball game.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. And they're knocking on the door. 2nd and goal now in a one-score game. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Looking to throw. Caught on a slant. They'll wind up getting 7 on the completion, but they'll still be faced now with a 3rd and goal situation.
It's now 3rd and goal.
They'll try to run this one in, and he'll get nothing out of that one. No gain on the play, and what to do now on 4th and goal.
Partner, you got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown. From a yard out. And the Black Knights are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. So right back to square one. Tied at 28 as he kicks it away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Well, partner, here it is. They've got the chance to win the game. You'd have to think they need to get it near the opposite 40 to have a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. We'll see what they can do.
And you're right about that, because if we look at it in macro, that's what it looks like. But I think in micro, the head coach has already asked the special teams coach, what is he feeling? What does he think? Where does he want the football? What's the yard line we have to get? And he's already relayed that to his quarterback and his offense. They know what the goal is. Now the key, can they get there?
This one finds Wilson downfield. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. Hall want to give up the middle. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
He's a loss of 2 yards. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 19-yard line.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. They'll go again with Hall. And able to get this down inside the 15 to either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves him with 3rd and about 6 yards to go. Now, what's the thinking here? Because a touchdown would be nice, but you've ensured yourself a chance at 3 in the lead, so how worried are you about the 6?
You're not very worried about if you're confident in your kicker. And if you got a kicker who can put it through the post, you feel really good about trying to bleed that clock down. In an ideal scenario, your kicker puts it through the post as the clock hits zeros. And I know they would have loved to have had a touchdown there to give them some cushion. But now, kick the field goal. Get the lead. Let your defense bring you home. Show some faith in those guys on the other side of the ball.
And his kick is good. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. So there was a little meat on that ball, a little more than a chip shot considering the circumstances, but he's able to bang it home in what should be the game winner.
And the key was getting him into a good position to kick from. I mean, if that's a 52-yarder, you're going to have some anxious moments, but kickers nowadays, you give them anything under 40, and they're automatic.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now.
He's got him in, complete. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. And a huge play that time. 61 yards. And they will get the timeout. So 3 seconds remaining. And they can trot out the field goal unit and try to send this one to overtime. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. So a big one coming now for Jason Sanders. With 3 seconds to go, if it's good, we're off to overtime. And his kick is indeed good. And in the fourth quarter, this game is tied. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So the Jets won the toss. They'll get the first shot at finding a winner as we are back underway here in overtime. This is going to be returned from middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. I cannot imagine how these players and coaches feel, Charles. My palms sweating up here in the booth now as we go to the third drive of overtime. And as we know from here on out, any points win this football game.
I'll throw you a towel as well, partner. I've got one for myself. But let's face it, our nerves, our pressure, nothing compared to what's going on that field. Both of the field goal kickers active here early. Can one of them become the hero and end this thing?
Straight ahead is Hall. And he'll get this across midfield to the 48. 77 yards rushing for him now to this point.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Hall again on 2nd down. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. 2 yards is the pickup, and the Jets are going to have a first down.
Someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. Here's Hall again. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. 2 minutes left in this overtime session, and still all tied.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
And they're going to move it down inside the 25.
Brandon, that's a huge completion there. It puts them in field goal range, but let's face it, they don't want 3 here. They want 6. After these overtime rules, a touchdown finishes it off.
Yeah, looking to win it right away. Good to know, though, that they have 3 in their back pocket if they need it. A handoff for Hall. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Complete on the quick throw to Moore. And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line. Well, good start for him under center here in overtime. Now 3 of 3.
And this is where you have to know who you have playing quarterback. You've got a confident thrower right now, someone who's taking care of the ball, but not being timid as well, and is moving the team downfield. That opens up your playbook and allows you to dial up some big shots if you want them.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. Now a timeout called for by the offense. They'll be left with just one remaining here at OT. It's 3rd and 4. Big play here, trying to keep this opening drive of overtime alive. They'll set up to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. Once that ball was popped in the air, you could almost hear the silence, the collective breath being held here in the stadium.
Let's be honest about it. We both came out of our chairs, didn't we? All right, anytime you see the ball in the air like that, there is that collective rise, the crowd holding its breath, and boy, oh boy, the moment of truth as it comes down. Man, that was something.
Everything magnified here in overtime. So they do get the short field goal here to get them the all-important overtime lead. But, Charles, you wonder if they'll wind up ruining the fact that they were able to get down into the red zone, yet not able to find the touchdown that would have won them the game.
Brandon, you're absolutely right. In overtime, when you get the ball first, the hope is your opponents never see the football. But now they're going to get a drive to try and win it, or at least keep the game alive with a field goal. And I'm getting a dictionary out to look up ruin.
Now a first throw here in overtime. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Well, it took us until the final play, Charles, to officially decide a winner. Although on that last play they were so backed up, it would have taken a miracle, and they couldn't get that miracle done.
Well, I like how you stayed with it, because we both knew that this had to go down to the last play, and neither side was going to exhale until that play concluded, because we've seen the improbable before. A couple laterals, maybe some poor defense on the back end. They might have gone all the way to the end zone. In this case, though, it didn't happen.